Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Natalie. Today's video is going to be my everyday makeup glam. I've been getting a few requests for this specific look. It's basically what I wear whenever I don't have time or I don't want to put too much effort when doing my makeup. Like when I film or I have an event and I'm rushing, this is the phase that I go to. I also wore this when I went to DR with different products. So if you want to see a heatless summer makeup that looks exactly like this with different products, let me know in the comments below. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and without further ado, let's jump right into it. Alright, so to start off, I'm using a moisturizer. This one is a spray moisturizer from Clinique. I don't always use a moisturizer because I don't have extremely dry skin, but lately it has been, and this is honestly so quick and easy to do. For primer, I'm using Peter Thomas Roth. This is one of my favorite primers. It's the No Filter Mattifying Primer, and it honestly removes every single pore that you probably have or like any imperfection. You could even use this alone, which I love. So it's definitely one of my top favorites, but I do change up my primers, I'm not gonna lie. I change up probably every single product that I'm going to be mentioning, so like my highlights can be different sometimes, but it's basically the same steps, which is what I wanted you guys to get the most from this video. For foundations, this is something that I definitely change every single time, but lately I've been loving mixing these two just because I feel like it's definitely the perfect combination together. In the matte one, I use 109 in Classic 10 and also Classic 10 in the Pro Glow, but in 210 because they decided to change the numbers. So I basically, for all my foundations, I just dot around my face. Not like a lot of product in every dot, but I do like it to be spread out just because I feel like it's easier to blend and faster to blend too. And then this one, the Pro Glow, even though they're both the same shade, the Pro Glow is a little bit lighter of a foundation. Once you look like this, I now blended. This is one of my favorite foundation brushes. It's the Ultimate KaBrow brush. I talk about it endlessly on my channel. It's just so fast and easy to blend. Now, I may look a lot darker right now, but with the concealer and powder and all that, it's going to blend nicely. I also like going in my neck just to be safe. After foundation, I move on to powder. I've got many questions onto why I left my powder brush. We're back. Anyways, I get a lot of questions onto why I use powder before my concealer. I honestly don't have a reason. That's been my steps and my routine, and I've been used to it. I also don't apply a lot of powder. I just lightly dust it on my face so it could last a lot longer, not necessarily for the coverage, because that's why I prefer a full coverage foundation. That way I don't have to stress the powder. Does that make any sense? I'm not telling you guys to do it the way that I do it. I'm just showing you my steps and how I do them. Everyone has a different routine. I feel like that's what I love the most about YouTube, because I see people do their eyes first or their brows, and I'm like, how can you guys do that first without a base and your foundation? But everyone has their ways. Now onto my brows. This is something that I haven't changed for a really long time, because once I find a good brow product, girl, I'm sticking to it. And this one is the KaBrow from Benefit in number 5. Honestly, a must-have from Sephora. If you can, definitely go get you one, because it's just so long-lasting. I feel like this is such an amazing brow product, and I low-key feel that it's waterproof because I use it to go to the beach and it doesn't go away. You guys already know though, I can multitask when doing my brows, so we're going to fast forward this part. To clean up my brows, something that I've been loving for a really long time, but it's almost done and over with. It's the concealer palette from the Infallible line from L'Oreal. I use this shade right here. I use it in 210. I also have this Infallible Pro Glow concealer that I've been using recently also to clean up my brows, but to clean it off, I use a concealer brush like this, and then just basically line however I really want my brows, because obviously I want to make them a little bit thinner. For concealer, I do have a few favorites, so I do alternate from time to time, but lately I've been loving the Instant Age Rewind from Maybelline in 05 Neutralizer. So I'm actually going to be using medium just because it's a lot more of my skin color and not so white. I don't know if they made Neutralizer a little bit lighter, but I used to use that with no problem, and now I notice that it is way too light for me. And then with a beauty blender, I like to dab, not necessarily drag, you know what I mean? I also get some in my eye. Also, don't forget to blend it downwards as well, that way it doesn't look like super white in one area. After concealer, I move on to setting my under eye with loose powder, and then also baking a little bit. This one is the Dermablend loose powder in Original, which is the white one. I've been really loving this. Like I mentioned on my monthly favorites, it just gives such a nice canvas to your skin. With the same beauty blender, I just apply some around my nose area to help me contour better. And then some in my chin. I don't do the chin step every single time, but lately I've been liking how it looks just because it looks more natural that way, the contour. To contour my face, I get a lot of questions how I contour. I use this brush right here. It's dirty, I'm sorry. It's Azueva 130 Luxe Contour Definer. So it's angled and that's what it looks like. I personally feel that the brush is really important when contouring, like which brush you use. But as the actual product, I've been loving the Bronze Goddess from Estee Lauder for a really long time just because it's a natural shade, at least for my skin color. So it doesn't give me an intense contour, but more of a natural. I just apply it right here, basically like above my ear, and then some up here, just a little bit. Don't go too crazy with the forehead contour. Make sure you blend it into your hairline because I feel like sometimes with the highlight concealer that you apply, it gets lost. And then also blending it a little bit inward towards the cheeks. That way it's nicely blended. And to contour my nose, I'm using the same shade with a brush, like a flat brush like this, and just slightly contour. Nothing too crazy. And for my eyes, with the same brush and the same bronzer, I'm just going to lightly dust it in my crease. I don't really use eyeshadow for my everyday makeup or my everyday glam. Just maybe sometimes like a light brown in my crease, but that's really it. Now onto one of my favorite parts, highlight. I'm using the Goody But Oldie Gilded Honey from Laura Geller. For my highlight, I do use a fan brush. I feel like not everyone uses a fan brush anymore or likes using a fan brush. To me, it does the job faster, which is why I've stuck to it. For my inner corner, using the same shade. So like I told you guys, I don't technically use eyeshadow. I just use my highlight and bronzer for that everyday makeup glam. For my waterline, I'm using a nude eyeliner. I don't always apply a nude eyeliner, but I do like how bright my eyes look with it. This is honestly one of the best nude eyeliners I use. Like super pigmented, super easy to glide on, and really long lasting. It's from Pretty Vulgar in Blank Page. For mascara, I'm applying tons of coats of my ultimate favorite ever. It's the Voluminous Carbon Black from L'Oreal. This is hands down the best mascara out there, high-end and drugstore. I feel like I try new mascaras all the time. I find ones that I really like and they're great, but this one, every single time I go back to it, I'm like, yeah, this is why I loved it so much. I could end my eyes right here, but I do like adding some falsies. These are the Ardell Wispies, which are really natural, and it definitely just looks like your own lashes but better. Learning to apply lash extensions and liquid liner was honestly my hardest step ever when learning to do makeup. But it's basically practice and lots of patience. And I also do like going one more time with mascara. For blush, I'm using Drop of a Hat from ColourPop. I feel like it's a pretty everyday kind of blush, especially because it blends nicely with the highlight, and also it's like a coral everyday shade. Removing all the loose powder I applied earlier with a clean brush. Now for lips, I have two different options because I would normally go for a matte liquid lipstick, but recently I've been loving a glossy look, especially this lipstick from L'Oreal. The matte option, and the one that I usually always get a question on, like what lipstick do you have on, it's normally this one from Estee Lauder. It's the liquid lipstick in Bronze Leaf. It's the most natural liquid lipstick I've ever tried. It's super long lasting as well. Lip liner goes to my OG favorite. This one is the Urban Decay 24-Hour Glide On Lip Pencil, and I'm currently using Uptight. I would go for a darker shade, but now for the spring and summer, this one is perfect. I line my entire lips with the lip liner and go right over with the lipstick. This is such a beautiful lipstick. I'm obsessed. I feel like it's the perfect nude shade, especially for my skin color, or any skin color, to be honest with you. I feel like it would go great. Last but very not least, don't ever forget setting spray. This honestly seals the deal, makes it look natural, makes it look amazing, and last a long day. I change from time to time my setting spray, but this one has been my favorite for some time now. It's the Estee Lauder Set and Refresh. I apply tons of it. So here is the finished look. This has been my everyday makeup lately. You guys have been requesting it a lot. It's basically what I do whenever I have an event or I have to film and I don't want to put too much effort. This is my go-to. Like I mentioned, I don't always use the same products, but these are the steps that I do for my everyday makeup. As always, all the products are going to be listed down below, so check that out. Subscribe, give it a thumbs up, let me know which other makeup tutorials you want to see next, and see you next time. Bye! Oh god, I think I just got foundation in my eyes. Right? That fell. I don't know. Today's the day. It's super long lasting. Wow. This is, if it falls again, did I just dirty my earring? There's not one time I sit down to film a makeup video that I don't forget something. Something fell as well because I fucking be right back. Listen, my brows is what stressed me the most when doing my makeup. This is not gonna get any better, so I'm just giving up right now. Basically, oh yeah, Natalie, you have lipstick on your teeth. Brought the wrong concealer. Give me some bronzer. Okay, all right.